Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: San Diego Padres vs Colorado Rockies, New York Mets vs San Francisco Giants, Toronto Blue Jays vs Washington Nationals, Houston Astros vs Kansas City Royals, and Boston Red Sox vs New York Yankees, which are happening on Wednesday, August 18, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, over and under predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. San Diego Padres vs Colorado Rockies. San Diego Padres vs Colorado Rockies. Acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals, Gomer has been one of Colorado's most productive pitchers this season. He struck out 8.88 batters and walked just 2.75 batters per 9 innings of work, while posting a healthy 45.7% ground ball rate. While he's been helped by a .262 BABIP, his 67.1% strand rate suggests there is still some room for improvement left for Gomer over the remainder of the season. In addition to the pitching staff struggling, the offense has also been a disappointment this season, scoring only 4.46 runs per game. While CJ Cron has 20 home runs along with a .373 on-base percentage and a .508 slugging percentage, with Ryan McMahon and Trevor Story combining for 33 home runs, the rest of the lineup has struggled this season. Only 4 batters in the lineup have 10 home runs or more this season, while only 4 batters having an OPS plus of 100 or higher, with 24-year-old Brendan Rodgers only recently making an impact on the roster as he's only played in 64 games this season. My betting advice for that game is to pick under. New York Mets vs San Francisco Giants. While the pitching staff has stepped up this season, the offense has been one of the best in the MLB this season, scoring 4.95 runs per game. Buster Posey has 15 home runs along with a .330 batting average, a .424 on-base percentage, and a .548 slugging percentage, while Brandon Crawford has 19 home runs, but the entire lineup has stepped up this season. Mike Yastrzemski and Brandon Belt have combined for 34 home runs, while Wilmer Flores, Lamont Wade Jr., and Alex Dickerson have combined for 48 home runs this season as part of a lineup that has 8 batters with 10 home runs or more this season. At age 31, DeSclafani seems to have put it all together in his first season with the Giants. His 11 wins currently mark a career high, and he's posting some of the best peripherals of his career. The Giants' right-hander has fanned 8.36 batters and walked 2.40 batters per 9 innings of work, while tying a career high with a 45.1% ground ball rate. My betting advice for that game is to pick under 8.5. Toronto Blue Jays vs Washington Nationals. The Blue Jays returned home to Toronto on July 30th after playing the entire season in Buffalo. They are currently sitting outside the wild card but are not very far back. Toronto has the lineup to make a good run in the second half of the season to make a push for a wild card spot. They are battling the Athletics, Yankees, and Mariners for the final wild card spot. It is a very tight race and Toronto will need to go on a streak to get a wild card spot. The Blue Jays are only 5-5 in their last 10 games and had a 3-game winning streak snapped on Sunday with an 8-3 road win over Seattle. After hammering 4 runs on Sunday, Toronto is now second in MLB with 178 home runs hit this season. Leading Toronto is MVP candidate Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a .314 batting average, 35 home runs, and 88 RBI. Guerrero's numbers are still good on the road, but a little less dominant with a .299 batting average, 12 home runs, and 36 RBI. Toronto's pitching staff is 12th in MLB with a 3.88 ERA. On Wednesday, Toronto is scheduled to start 27-year-old right-hander Jus Barrios, who is 8-6 with a 3.52 ERA on the season. Barrios was sent to Toronto before the trade deadline after spending his entire career, which began in 2016 with Minnesota. In 139 career outings, the native of Bayam in Puerto Rico is 56-44 with a 4.07 ERA. Barrios has only made 3 starts with the Blue Jays and has won one with a 3.86 ERA in those contests. My betting advice for that game is to pick under 9. Houston Astros vs Kansas City Royals. At 25 years old, Singer has had a rough time navigating through the season through 20 starts, where he's gone 3-8 with a 5.42 ERA and a rather high 1.63 WHIP. While he's still young, the alarming issue with him is that he's not improving and has actually regressed. Over his last 4 starts, Singer has given up 15 runs in only 14.2 innings, which is good for a 9.51 ERA. His last outing was arguably his worst of the season as he gave up 5 runs and 10 hits to the Yankees in only 3.2 innings. Houston suffered their second straight loss as they were dropped by the Royals on the road in the opening game of this series. The Astros entered Tuesday holding a 2.5 game advantage on the A's in the battle for the top spot in the AL West race. On Monday, Houston got 3 hits from Jose Altuve, run, while Carlos Correa, run, RBI, and Aledmys Diaz, run, 2 RBI, each added 2. Jason Castro, his 4th, Diaz, his 7th, and Correa, his 19th, each homered in the contest. Jake Odorizzi didn't factor in the decision as he threw 5.1 innings, allowing 4 runs on 8 hits with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Yimi Garcia, 3-8, took the loss as he allowed 2 runs on 3 hits with no walks and no strikeouts in 1 inning of relief. My betting advice for that game is to pick over 9.5. Boston Red Sox vs New York Yankees. In the span of just a few short weeks, Boston has gone from an AL East leader to outside the playoffs, if they ended as of Tuesday. A doubleheader sweep was a shocking result for a team that was able to pride themselves on consistency for so much for this season. The offense failed to produce and the bullpen let down 2 great starts from the team. The Red Sox have to salvage a win in the series finale on Wednesday to be able to take some positive out of this 3-game set. Boston continues to be one of the healthiest teams in baseball. A few starters and relievers remain out, but overall, there's no reason why the Red Sox can't grab a win in the series finale. The 30-year-old lefty saw his ERA rise from 5.45 to 5.78 following the poor outing and will face a strong Red Sox lineup on Wednesday night. Heaney was recently acquired at the deadline from the Angels to bolster the Yankees' rotation, but all he's done is serve up long ball after long ball. The veteran needs to start stringing together some quality starts before the Bombers decide to toss him into the bullpen, especially with Mike Montgomery coming back from the COVID list. At least he has a respectable 113 31st KBB over 109 innings pitched, so there are some bright spots to lean on for the rest of the season if they do decide to place him in a reliever role. My betting advice for that game is to pick over 10. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.